History isn't just wars, plagues, and politics, and it's definitely more than your bedtime story. History is the story of great leaders and how we can learn from their successes and failures. Hannibal Barca is one of the greatest leaders in history, and if you don't know who he is yet, it's about time you knew. Hi, my name is Kian, and welcome to my channel. Now, let's talk about Hannibal. Hannibal Barca was born to the important Barcid family in Carthage 2000 years ago. The Carthaginians were the Mediterranean superpower at the time, and they were defeated by the rising Roman Republic in the First Punic War. After the war, Rome emerged as the new superpower in the scene and unknowingly created its biggest nightmare, Hannibal. As a child, Hannibal was made to swear a blood oath to hate Rome for as long as he lived. He grew up to be a charismatic military leader and had the crazy idea to beat Rome on Roman soil. After he kicked off the Second Punic War, he did impressive things like crossing the Alps with a large army and beating the Romans in the battlefield for 15 years. But despite his military genius, he never quite achieved his ultimate objective, which is Rome's surrender. Eventually, the tide turned in favor of the Romans, and under Scipio Africanus, the Romans finished what Hannibal couldn't. They defeated Carthage on their own soil in the Battle of Zama, and eventually wiping Carthage off the map. Even after Hannibal's defeat, he continued fighting Rome until the end of his life, and after years of being hunted down by the Romans, he took his own life, defiant to the end and denying Rome the pleasure of taking him. I hope you liked the summary of Hannibal's life and that period of history. If you're interested to know more, I'll be leaving links down below. Next, I'll be talking about Hannibal's successes and his failures and what we can learn from him. If your name survives for 2000 years, it's likely that you've had some legendary achievements or some epic failures, or maybe even both. One of Hannibal's greatest traits is his charisma, and this comes from his ambition to defeat Rome and restore glory to Carthage. And it's because of this charisma he's able to assemble a force of many different cultures, languages and nationalities, and inspiring them to do many things that we would consider impossible. Which brings me to my next point. One of Hannibal's greatest trademarks was being unpredictable and doing the impossible, and that is him crossing the Alps with a full army of 50,000 men and 37 war elephants during winter. This is something that people thought was absolutely impossible. He knew his enemies well, and that's because during the time of the Second Punic War, the Roman armies were commanded by consuls, which are the equivalent of prime ministers and presidents today, and as far as tactic goes, very predictable. In one of the most famous battles of all time, Hannibal predicted the moves of the Romans so well, his outnumbered army managed to surround and wipe out a force twice his size. The Battle of Cannae marked the highest point of Hannibal's career, and things would go downhill from then on. With all things said and done, no one is perfect, and with successes comes failures. One of Hannibal's biggest failures is not winning the war. Imagine winning every side quest of a game but not beating the game itself. That was Hannibal's issue. He won every single pitched battle against the Romans in Italy but just couldn't get them to surrender, and he spent 15 years wandering around not being able to finish the job. And eventually, the Romans learned their lessons and sent forces to Carthaginian lands to defeat them on their own soil. In the final climactic battle of the Zama plains, the Romans under Scipio Africanus defeated Hannibal on Carthaginian soil, winning the war for the Romans. Hannibal also lacked popular support. While he was able to defeat the Romans on the battlefield, he was essentially screwed over by his own government in Carthage, who did not provide him the support he needed to finish the job. Rome, on the other hand, had the determination that Carthage lacked. It's important to know that Rome was founded on warfare and Carthage was founded as a business and trading empire. Hannibal's war faction was not very popular among its business-friendly ruling elite. Rome, on the other hand, had no problems going to war to prove a point or to solve a problem. After the Battle of Cannae, Hannibal refused to take Rome, and his cavalry commander said this to him.
You know how to win, Hannibal. but you don't know how to use a victory.
No one knows if that actually took place, but that actually perfectly sums up Hannibal for me in a very poetic way. He is an amazing figure that inspires us to have ambitious goals and that we are capable of pushing past our limits to pursue our mission. He teaches us skills that still apply to leaders today to maneuver around complex situations, but he's also a good example that one genius lacking support is no match for a determined group with a unified purpose. That's my short take on Hannibal, and I hope that you've learned something in this video. I highly recommend checking out more content related to Hannibal and the Punic Wars, and there's really so much more about this part of the history and Hannibal that you guys should check out. So I'll be leaving links down below, so be sure to check that out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you like it? What did you learn? And what's your take on Hannibal's life? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.